Hi guys, Chris here with Super Savvy Travelers. Hey, can you hear the sea? I can hear it, and it was very blustery last night. My gosh, the winds were gusting up to 70 kilometers an hour. Woo, it was pretty loud. Anyway, I'm not here to talk about the weather or the beautifulness of Italy, because I could go on for days about that. I'm here to talk about and answer your question, which is, can I just up and move to Italy? I see a lot of people who think that they can, and I want to make sure you guys know that no, you can't. You really can't, unless you're a citizen. If you're a citizen, you can come over here and do whatever you want. But if you're not a citizen, you can't just up and move to Italy. And now you need to know that before you start buying houses and doing all kinds of crazy stuff. You need to know that. There's a couple of paths to being a resident in Italy. And once you're a resident, of course, you can stay and everything else. The first one is, of course, citizenship. So if you have a path to citizenship, you can do that. Get the documents, provide the paperwork, run around. I actually have somebody who's very good at running down the documents if you need somebody to do that. Calling consulates and comunes and little hill towns and all kinds of things. She was able to get documents that other people haven't been able to get. So it's pretty fantastic. Anyway, you can go ahead and do that. That is one path to residency. The other path is the elective residence visa. And I'm going to put a link in the details below to Nick Mehta's website, because he's got a beautiful blog post that tells you everything you need to know about how to get your elective residence visa. And honestly, if you're not a citizen or not planning on becoming a citizen, if you're going to move to Italy, buy a property, renovate it, live in it, you need to do this first. Because if you do all of that, and then you can't get residency, you're kind of hosed. So, another quick thing, if you're buying a property in Italy, you need our course. I purposely made it very affordable for you guys because you need this data. Buying a house in Italy is not like buying a house in the United States. There is so much due diligence needed on the part of the buyer, which is you, to make sure that you're getting something good, that the title is clear, that the structure is fine, and you don't have some really nasty surprises down the road. So there you go. That's my commercial. In addition, buy my book, because it goes over all the nightmare scenarios that people didn't know and holes they fell into, and how we were able to negotiate them out of them or keep them from falling in them, or what we would have done had this person been our client. So those are two things, and the links are down there. The two links are down there in the details section. So we talked about elective residency visa. That's very good. All of the data you need is in Nick Mehta's blog post. Go check that out and see if you can apply. Another one is the digital nomad visa. Now this one's starting to get more and more popular, and Italy's been sort of threatening to roll it out for a long time. And I'm like, come on, roll it out, you guys. Roll it out, because you guys want to repopulate these hill towns. Now, these hill towns in Italy are sort of, through attrition, they're dying out, and they have a very high danger of being abandoned. Many of them already are abandoned, and it's very sad because these are treasures. And the Italian government and all the people in these hill towns are worrying and fretting. But the bottom line is, if you roll out this digital nomad visa on a massive basis, and you invite people to come here with their families, with their children, to grow up in a beautiful and wholesome environment with a fabulous culture, great food, and history that goes back, way back, okay? All of that stuff, who wouldn't want to do that? A lot of people would, and they do it immediately. Now, another thing about the digital nomad visa is our friend Sylvia Marchetti at CNN Travel has just written an article about people wanting to move to Italy and the €1 Italian houses, which is a very big deal. It seems to kind of trend here and there, and I see it trending again. So that's kind of an interesting thing. There are plenty of videos here on the €1 Italian house and why it may or may not be a good idea. So check those out if you're interested. However, this particular town in Sardinia is offering all kinds of is offering all kinds of things, and I understand that it might be easier to get a digital nomad visa in that town. It's a town in Sardinia, Olali, I think it's called. I'll put it down in the details section with a link to Sylvia's article as well. But they have all kinds of schemes and plans and ideas and marketing things, and they're really quite brilliant. And you might want to look at going there and getting a digital nomad visa if that's a possibility. So as far as the answer to your question, no, you can't just up and move, but there are paths. And those paths are all outlined in the data that I'm going to give you in the details section below this video. So check them out, see if you can qualify. And also, if you do take advantage of the digital nomad visa, or you go over to this, or you go over to this town in Sardinia and find things out about that, I would love to know. So send me an email at info@supersavvytravelers.com with your ideas and your experiences with that whole digital nomad visa thing, so I can share it with other people. So there you go, guys. See you soon.